Hello, everybody.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Welcome to the first ever Merciae made podcast. We've been meaning to make you guys one, but we haven't really gotten around to doing it. So we figured tonight there's no better time than right now.
Yeah.
So I think this is how we're going to structure it. We didn't plan this, by the way, guys. Just saying.
We're kind of just going to start talking and see where it leads us.
Goes.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a very interesting year. I think what we should do is give a quick recap of how the year's gone, and then give a little bit of nuance into what the brand is. Or should we flip it first? What the brand is, and then the year.
I think we start with what the brand is, how it started, and I think we'll just see how long it takes and see if we have time, and maybe we can jump into this year. But if not, there's always more podcasts. We're always going to film more.
All right.
So I think starting point is definitely the brand itself.
The brand itself, all right.
And we've made a lot of changes.
Dude, there's been so many changes this year.
I feel like not even this year, but in general, I feel like we've gone through so many phases of, okay, guys, what's the message? What's the meaning behind Merciae? What's the brand identity? And it stayed along the same path, but we've changed minor things and the wording so often. Mm-hmm. I think, and we always kind of go back and forth on what is the sweet life, and that's a main thing that we've been struggling with, I think, up until this point. And I can't say that we found it yet.
All right. So those are some things that we can't quite say with confidence yet, but let's just spew up some facts that we can say with confidence. So firstly, I founded this brand in New York in a hotel.
2023.
2023. It was just me and ChatGPT and a computer. ChatGPT and a computer trying to come up with a name. Originally, the brand was supposed to be called Merciae.
Yep.
It was supposed to be a clothing brand made for car enthusiasts.
Okay.
Because it has the word car.
Yeah.
the Merciae. So it was supposed to be named Merciae. Then I did some looking into trademarks and patents and all that. Obviously, Merciae, the e-commerce website.
I made a couple bucks off that app.
Yeah. Obviously, you have that. So I couldn't use the name whatsoever. So then I had to pivot. And then I landed on the name Merciae. So that's how the name came to be. But the hardest part is that it's not a word that existed. So I did a lot of research into the phonetics and the nomenclature of the name. And apparently there was an ancient kingdom. So
A what?
An ancient kingdom called Mercia. All right, hear me out, right? So
A real?
Yeah, it was an Anglo-Saxon kingdom called Mercia, way back then. So I didn't know what meaning to give the name. So I started making a bunch of Latin phrases on shirts to try to tie it to the Latin kingdom. Yeah. Because Mercia was a real thing, so I tried making clothing around the kingdom. It was really weird. The name Mercia translates to borderlands. So then I tried to incorporate that translation into the brand messaging, saying "Oh Merciae," or for those who have no borders. It was really weird.
Okay, well, I'm glad we got away from that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but next.
Early inspirations was I definitely used Loro Piana. Dude, you should have seen the early.
Okay. That's crazy.
Early version of the website. I was using photos of sheep, and I was we have all our wool and all our cotton, farmers. I'm looking back, I was treating it like a drop shipping store. I wasn't really treating it as a brand. But yeah, I found it at Merciae in New York. Literally took me a couple of months to develop the first design, which was just a blank. It was just a blank with a reverse label on the back. And when I did my first ever sample, I ordered 6. The samples were shit, first of all. The labels, the reverse labels, you see how they're all uniform in size now?
Yeah.
They were not uniform in size. One of them that was so thick, it was thicker than the others, and you could tell. And the inner label and the back label, they weren't aligned. They weren't centered, so they were slanted.
That shit still happens, to be honest.
It still happens, but it's very minor because we're pretty...
With the sweaters, there's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first design was not a design.
It was not a design, it was a blank.
Uh-huh.
Definitely heavy inspiration from Louis Vuitton.
Yep.
Especially with the reverse label. But did my first ever photo shoot, got a couple of friends, So actually, where I'm at, Carlos. I'm at
Yeah.
Carlos. You
Shout
guys don't
out.
know Carlos?
Carlos.
If you guys don't know Carlos, he's one of our first ever models, and I approached him at a gym. It was a very weird interaction. No, not really. I just try to be as blunt as possible. Just tell him, "Hey man, I own a clothing brand. I think you are the perfect representation of what I consider a model. Do you want to come model for us?" And yeah. So the first ever photo shoot location was my friend's apartment.
Like the rec room or whatever.
Yeah, like the rec room of like an apartment.
Yeah.
And Johnny was there too.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know Johnny, he was the second business partner to ever join Merciae. I actually have a story about my first ever business partner. Okay, so this is like taking a minute, bro. This is taking a minute.
What did I say?
I
said it was gonna take a while.
It's gonna take a minute. All right, so my first ever business partner was a college friend of mine. We both came together. We were both really into cars. So, actually, there's so much. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not even gonna care about time.
Yeah,
but,
no. It'll be an hour and a half. Who cares?
Honestly. But when we first got together, we were very into cars, and we made a TikTok page where we just posted car spotting videos. Yeah. We would steal content from Instagram and just make slideshow and carousel on TikTok, and that's how we originally grew our audience. I think he took over that account now. Ever since he left Merciae, he took over that account, and now he's like kind of doing his own thing. But originally, that's how I did it. Was I just kept taking content from Pinterest and posting it. I would post 3 times a day, consistently for a month, just to grow the account. And that was the same strategy I did when I was growing the Merciae brand.
But
page
that's
as well.
not the same page.
No, it's not the
That's
same
a
page.
different-
No, it's a
yeah,
different
okay.
page. No, the brand page that we have now used to be a drop shipping page that I made.
Oh no.
Yeah, I tried to sell hair clips. Yep. And then I switched it over to motivational text. It was like a dark screen. I wrote motivational messages on that. People relate to that. They've liked it. They follow it.
Yep, I've seen the archives.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty extensive. It's pretty
Yeah.
extensive. I did a lot. And honestly, in hindsight, those kind of motivational messages kind of played a role into the brand pillars of what we consider the sweet life nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after meeting up with him, we started a clothing brand, Merciae turned to Merciae, and then after I got Johnny to come in, he started becoming very distant. He wasn't really, he wasn't initiating anything. He wasn't as involved with the brand. I didn't like that, so I went basically a month where it was just me running the brand, and I was just waiting for him to reach out, to be like, hey, like we should meet up, we should talk about it.
Yep.
Financially, I was also taking every single risk.
Yeah.
This my old business partner did not put that much money in. I think at most he put in $200.
That's crazy.
And at that time, I bought the boxes, I bought the ribbons, bought the inventory, bought the bulk order. So I was 5 bands deep, bro. I'm 5 bands deep. it was insane. But then yeah, so after a year of not really doing anything, I got the Kiss and Paris shirt. Shortly after, I dropped the blanks, which there was only 30, and rarely anyone bought it. It was just friends and family.
A year?
Like from the year from.
Wait, when in 2023 did you actually start it?
I technically started like
22?
a little bit, yeah. a little bit, but
Okay.
it wasn't actually like formed. Like the LLC wasn't formed until 2023.
Okay.
But yeah, the 30 blanks, I was only selling it to friends and family.
Yeah.
And then after I sold out on that, I then bought the Kiss in Paris, which was a crazy design that I made.
Yep. That's like, I feel like the foundation. That's like the real foundation.
That was the
brand.
real foundation.
Yeah.
So after I bought the Kiss in Paris, I also bought 2 colorways of Kiss in Paris.
Yep.
And this is where the first fuck up, I guess, happened. It was the sizing. Originally, the white Kiss in Paris was supposed to fit like the black Kiss in Paris. But because I gave him full reign over sizing, I think there's a miscommunication between me and the supplier. Because I just said, oh yeah, just put it on your blanks.
Right.
But when I chose like the fabric color, they didn't have that as a blank.
Like
so,
that cream.
Yeah, the cream one. they told me it was like cut and sewn. I was like, okay, yeah, just use whatever sizing you have for shirts then.
Mm.
Me thinking that the black one is their standard sizing. No, they went with a European cut. So that's why it was a little bit more tight fitting. I actually have a photo of me wearing the Kiss in Paris in the small. I look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I'm someone who's very wide. I have a muscular build.
Yeah.
So it just looks really weird on me. I look much better in the black one than the
yeah,
the
I
white
agree.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the first mix-up. So I had to change my marketing for that. That's why I marketed it as a coupe fit.
Yeah.
And the other one as like an
Yeah,
oversized
I remember
fit.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I also dropped the athletic club shirt with a horse.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that, Loki. We've been sold out on that for a minute now.
I think there's like an extra large or two left, but other than that, yeah.
But dropped that, and then I didn't drop it actually. I got the inventory, and I waited like 3 months before I dropped it. I didn't drop it till December, bro. I got everything.
That's what I remember. Like
everything came in like. When did you and Michelle take pictures of it? Like I sent that to you guys like
that
September,
was December.
right?
No, it was December because or October or something.
Yeah.
Because then you sent it and we were in California, and then we went to that like that place with all the lights.
Yeah.
And that's where like the main shoot, like the first shoot that I think I really ever did with it. Oh no. There was LA. Oh no, but that was last year. Nah, the timeline's so messed up.
But I waited such a long time to drop because I was super scared.
Yeah.
So
did you send it to me before you dropped it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I did. I was
That's
like
crazy.
No, I was like so scared because I didn't think anyone would buy it, and my content at the time was using pictures from Pinterest.
Yeah.
And making those match cuts.
Right.
And then having like a 0.5 second advert in the ending of each TikTok. It's like Black is Paris.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a little bit rough, but we eventually dropped it December 9th, I believe.
Okay, but it worked.
It worked. I got like 7 sales. Dropped it.
I mean,
yeah,
that's not bad.
It's not bad. And then we would slowly trickle in sales, like trickling out inventory, and come March, and that's when I sprung you the question.
Yep.
It's like, hey man, I really like the aesthetic that you took with the Kids in Paris. I didn't really give you any creative direction. You took it on the reins, and you did it perfectly. You executed it perfectly. So, and
I think it was February, but then we like officiated it in March. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but at the time, you just dropped Ignition, and I really respected your business acumen.
Yeah,
and knowledge and all that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, my backstory would be, I'm not going to get into what Ignition is, but I had a startup prior to this with another friend who's still a really close friend of mine, Philip. Shout out, Philip. He also supported the brand in many ways, both with an investment and with buying our stuff somewhat regularly now. He's got a few shirts and a hoodie now, so that's pretty cool. And basically, we had known each other only online through like the Discord, TikTok, day trading. And then, like you said, you reached out to me first to send me 2 shirts, which I thought was really cool, with the box and the packaging and everything. Like really stood out to me as something that was really trying to be luxurious, like someone that was actually putting effort into a clothing brand versus all the like ATL hood glitch people basically. And so that was really cool. And I didn't actually think to be a part of it or offer like myself up until you brought it up. And initially you just said, hey, like, do you want to come on and help the brand? It wasn't like, do you want to come on and be a part like of the ownership?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll do it, but I only do it if I have a part, like an ownership of the brand. And so then I remember we all talked, like we got on a call, we scheduled you, me, Johnny. It was the first time we all talked on like a FaceTime or Zoom or whatever. And at some point in the call, like I was just like, yeah, so I'm going to need like a third, like it's just got to be equal. And you guys didn't say yes just then, but like obviously afterwards, after the call ended, you guys ended up talking, I guess, yourselves, or then ended up agreeing to it. And then that's kind of how that happened. And then I don't think we actually made it official for like 6 months.
Good minute.
Yeah, like it was all like I gave you guys the money or whatever for my
like
buy-in basically, and then yeah, and then and then it was kind of we'll blur it out.
I was okay. We'll just switch the POV.
And then yeah, and then we initially we started right out the get-go with I think hats. So that was horrible.
We did the Kiss in Paris restock first.
Did we?
We did.
Okay.
And then we had the
that was, but I don't think that was didn't have any decision making before. That was before I joined.
Yeah, that was before you joined. That was
the restock happened when I was a part of it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's when we did content.
Restock happened prior to the restock, when I was doing marketing for the Kiss of Paris in December of 2023. We also bought the Merciae made sweaters as well as samples.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when we did like a whole hotel shoot.
Yep, with Carlos. Yeah.
With Carlos and my other friend.
Mm.
And it took off.
Yeah, people like that.
Unfortunately, we didn't have enough capital to buy the sweaters because we used all the capital to buy the restock.
Yep.
So that was.
Which was fine. I mean, the restock sold out.
Yeah, restock sold out.
Yeah.
It went fast.
So it wasn't bad. Plus, we were going into spring summer, so you'd wanted shirts over a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
The problem came with the hats.
Yep. Which is by far one of our worst products yet.
Yeah. Staring at it right now, it's not really that good.
Yeah,
I mean, that was a lot of problems. That was like my first taste at anything brand related. So it was also the first few months of me being a part of it. So I didn't feel like I had too much say. Mm-hmm. So I kind of took like a back seat and let you and Johnny do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Both like the designing and like when it came to ordering it, communicating with, was it Cassie at that time still? Or
I think it was Cassie.
Yeah.
It was Cassie. Our supplier.
Yeah, who used to be like the old manager of our manufacturing systems, I guess. And basically it was a blind order.
Yep.
Which means we didn't get any samples. And they kind of just sent us a picture and we were like, yep, great, here's a few $1,000s, make however many, like 300 hats or whatever the number was. I feel like there's a lot more though. Did they made more and resent it to us, right? Because we were like, oh, these are messed up.
No, we didn't find out that they were messed up until we received them.
Right, but then did they ever send us more? Because there's a lot downstairs.
No, what they ended up doing was just giving us a really big discount on the sweater. Yeah.
Okay.
We were still cash poor.
Yeah, that was horrible.
We were cash poor. We were also burned through a lot of money prior to the hat too. With the whole account debacle. 1-800 accountants. Oh yeah. Which, by the way, do not do business with them.
No.
They're just really good salesmen. You could do it yourself. Bootstrap it, and you save a lot of money.
I remember that.
Remember that?
I was on the phone with that guy, and he was such not an asshole. He just I hated that. I hated talking to him, and he was always he was never very specific. He would all just kind of oh yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. Yeah, exactly.
Smoke and mirrors.
Nothing ever came of that. I don't think we ever did any
No.
We cut that off very fast.
Yeah.
I think. Especially after doing research in it, and all of the forums were basically saying, don't do business with them, they're going to scam you, they don't actually do any work for you, they just take your money and run, and we're like, yeah, well, maybe we could do it ourselves. So that's when QuickBooks, that's when I started the QuickBooks account for the brand. And then since then, that's what I've been doing, so
yeah, we had QuickBooks payments, we had Shopify payments, not only that, but Johnny, when we were trying to start the LLC, we also lost a bit of money with that too.
You want to say why?
Because we don't use Taylor brands, guys. You could literally start an LLC for as little as $100.
See, this is why I should have been there a few months prior, bro. I could have relayed this information.
No, we were throwing money at every single issue that we just did not know how to solve.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
That's how they get you, bro. They make it seem easy. You just gotta pay them. Yeah.
Yeah. So we burned through a couple thousands of dollars setting up the business itself. Because once you joined, you were like, oh, yeah, we should probably make it official,
Yeah.
Have a BOI, have all those operating agreements in place, which
even that didn't happen for a while.
No.
That was 4 or 5 months in.
Yeah.
I remember because the entire time my dad was saying, oh, like, did you guys do any, like, legally, it doesn't count unless you're legally, under the LLC, under the operating agreement. And I was like, yeah, we're going to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, because, like, you could have just taken my money and run, and I would have had no say, you know? So he was always on my ass about doing that. And then we finally did it. And then I was, like, I kind of got more relaxed once we did that.
Yeah. No, it was, these are things, like, I didn't really think of when I was making a business. I knew I had to do it eventually. I just didn't know that you had to do it earlier on because, I don't know, low-key, I had, like a very, juvenile mindset when it comes to making a business because I know so many people who've made so much money and they didn't have an LLC. I had a lot of friends who were drop shipping or doing like reselling.
Yeah, I mean, I think you don't have to do it. I think it's just about being like covering all your bases and being safe from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, did we have to pay taxes last year? No, we probably would have been fine. We wouldn't have been audited, but we did. So, I think it's just about being safe. Yeah. But
protection is important, guys.
Yeah. Well.
I was gonna make a joke. I was like, you don't want to use protection after you have a scare, you know?
Yeah.
You want to start using it, you might as well use it before you have the scare.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
to avoid the scare.
Yeah, to avoid the scare. But yeah, moving forward after that, the hats didn't really sell, so we got a big discount on the sweater, which a lot of people really liked the sweater when we first advertised it.
Yeah.
Only issue was the cash flow. So when we did do the sweater not the restock, but the sweater, the initial sweater bulk order.
That was pretty late. Like,
that's pretty late.
Like,
oh, do you remember when it got held in customs?
Yeah.
It also got held in customs
for like I think a week or two. It wasn't anything crazy, but we were definitely stressing.
We were so stressed.
Yeah, I remember like, I know what I forget her name, but there was some UPS or USPS lady that I was like emailing back and forth. And at some point she was like, yeah, if any of your stuff ever gets held in customs, like just email me and I'll take care of it for you.
Yeah.
So I got a friend, shout out whoever works at there. So that was really cool. Like you kind of learn how to problem solve. I think like when you're in the thick of it.
So at that time, I believe it was you and Ellie. You guys were just passing around the sweater and you were taking contact with him. This was before the acid shoot. I'm talking about before the acid shoot.
Yeah, I mean even before that, I was gonna say like that summer. Before we did sweaters, it was basically a lot of trying to sell the hats and a lot of trying to like sell out of the remaining kits in Paris. Like that June was the month that we had like a sale every day. Like we sold basically one kits in Paris every day for 30 days. That was like our best month up until that point, which was great. Like great success. And then flopped after that for a few months, basically because we didn't have anything. This has always been our problem is like inventory, cash flow, like not enough to keep up with always dropping new things, always being able to like pump out new designs, pump out new clothing, which is what we're trying to change in 2026. Yeah. But
dude, I remember our entire feed on TikTok and Instagram, it was all Kiss in Paris. And it was just like in different affluent locations. Yep. I remember your Germany shoot,
Denmark.
Cabo shoot.
I did Cabo, Denmark,
the girls
Germany.
from Germany, from Hamburg.
She went to Spain and took it there.
Malaraca.
Yeah. I also went to LA and West Hollywood, Nobu. That picture was pretty well. Those videos did pretty well.
Yeah, it was getting repetitive.
Yeah, California.
So we were trying to look like a one product brand.
Yep.
The hats didn't really help.
Nope.
The hats were like an accent. Oh, and that's like also when I met you for the first time too.
Was that before or after that summer?
That was during. It was June. That's when I drove down to Philly.
Right.
And then we sold we had the table. Yeah, we had a table. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit of backstory. Diego goes to Drexel here. I'm also going to Drexel. But at that time I wasn't, and Diego was taking an entrepreneurship class, and he had a project?
No, it was an accounting class. Actually.
Accounting class?
Yeah.
Oh, and they made you do that project?
Oh no, they didn't make us. No, I was in the School of Entrepreneurship, and they had they like knew a third party. It wasn't through Drexel. Like the thing wasn't through Drexel. It was through a third party. But they like told us about it, and like, hey, if you have anything to sell, you should sign up for this and get a table. Like it's also an excuse to not be in class.
Yeah.
And the class that ended up coming, like, remember, like, 30 kids came from across and they came directly to our table for me, was that accounting class with that Professor Howard, who was hella chill, who was the same class that I did the
show and tell?
The show and tell and, like, the secret show and tell where Oh my god.
I'm including a video.
Put
of
a
that.
clip.
I remember that.
Put a clip of
Dude,
how bad
that
the
was-
reaction was, and like, oh,
Okay, but the reaction was really good for the sweater and the kiss of Paris.
the hats was bad.
Yeah, Haas was really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically like, imagine you like sitting in the back of a class, your products on display, and no one knowing that they're your products, and them saying no filter like what they think about the product. Like, I swear, bro, if I could have just like crumpled up and disappeared, bro, and like crawled
really
under my
funny.
desk and ran, I would have. But she was like, the professor was super cool. She was like, oh well, you know, I'll see if the person wants to like.
She was playing defense.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the whole clip. She was like playing defense.
Yeah, she was trying to like help.
She was like, "Well, guys, it's very hard. Like,
Yeah,
supply chain and doing all that overseas. Like, of course you gotta do that overseas. You gotta do
Yeah.
margins and overhead costs."
Yeah, it was brutal. That was brutal. And then I ended up
Oh
like
my God.
announcing myself, and then I basically everyone like turned around and looked at me, and it became like a call and response, not like a question and answer kind of thing for about 15 to 20 minutes, where people just started asking questions about the brand and like,
Have you made money?
yeah,
Are you profitable yet? Did you
like
quit your 9 to 5?
all that stuff, like how the finance is going, like how hard is it to do this, like, oh, what's the brand, like, and then it basically just, yeah. And after that, I mean, people still know me for it. Like, they come up to me and ask me how it's going.
Yeah.
They say like, oh, I see you all over my For You page, whatever, like, how's the brand going, which is great. Like,
Algorithm's working.
feels good. It just, I had to hit that low of like super embarrassment, but it wasn't embarrassment. I mean, it was, but it was like a cool version of embarrassment, where it was kind of like,
You really tore down your comfort zone.
yeah, exactly. Like, I really stepped out of the comfort zone.
If this isn't an anecdote that being cringe is just the only thing preventing you guys from achieving your dreams, I don't know what is.
Yep.
Your dreams lie on the other side of this cringe wall.
Yeah.
You just gotta scale it.
Yep. You gotta be weird, bro. Yep.
But yeah, so we opened the
So
table.
we did that. Yeah.
We did a table. We brought everything. I drove all the way from where I was in New Hampshire up to Philly. That was a 7-hour drive
Yep.
with literally boxes and a clothing hanger in the back of the trunk.
Yep. Slept on the couch of my old dorm room.
Dorm mates. But besides that, we set up the table, and we only sold like 4.
No, I think we sold like 6.
Think so?
Bro, we sold like 4 because we sold, I think, 4 to my classmates. But then we also sold a few to people like passerbyers, because it wasn't just the class that came by and bought stuff. We were there for hours. Like,
we were there for hours.
before the class came for, I think, maybe
It was
10
like,
minutes.
10 to 2? 10 to 2? Because I remember like leaving in the evening.
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
10
we
to 2,
set
10
up,
to
started
3
setting up maybe
something.
like 9:30, and then yeah, left around 2:30.
It was very I was also out of my comfort zone too, because that's the first time I ever sold in person.
Yep.
You know?
It's good. I mean, yeah, like I had at least done stuff like that in the past a few times. I used to have a sock company, like my dad's defunct sock company. I took it over also with Philip. Shout out Philip. So we've done like sold on the street on a table many times. But this was different, I think, because it was like our product that we, like it was ours. I like,
Do you want to know something interesting? There was a good chunk of time, and I think it was before December of 2024, where I just did not want anyone to know that I was the face. Like,
yeah.
I made Merciae, because my mom, she also has a business. She was saying, "Oh, like just give me a bunch of Merciae boxes. I'll go up and try to sell it to my customers." I hated that. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't want people to know that I made Merciae, and I don't know why I was ashamed of it. I think it was just embarrassment.
Well, I mean, it's because it's like you're
And
doing
it's-
something different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of grow out, like you've totally grown out of that now.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
now we love the attention. I mean, people come up to us and like, oh, you guys are the Mercier guys. Like, people here at Drexel, it's kind of like gotten around
Yeah.
the frat scene a little bit, and people kind of know us for that, which is cool.
Yeah. I even withheld it from people I knew in college. Nobody
Yeah.
in college knew that I owned like this clothing brand until I dropped the Kiss in Paris, and that's like when I made that hard launch post on my Instagram.
Mm.
And then after that, I just like kept to myself with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. There's definitely like a certain mystery, I think, behind not knowing who runs a brand.
Yeah.
Like Scuffers, I think is not Yeah, Scuffers is kind of that way. Like, not a whole lot of people know
The two guys.
what's his face. Yeah, the two people. I mean, they still have like 50K followers or whatever, but it's different from like a George Heaton or a Bruno Casanova's, which I think is pretty cool. Because then it kind of separates the.
But it wasn't even curated to be like that. Like, I didn't curate it. It was just because I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, it was.
Like,
it wasn't like a.
There was
cool
emotions
thing.
behind it,
Yeah.
But definitely grew out of it now.
Yep.
But
I think
that was
now you definitely own it.
Pretty cool sidebar. Factoid.
Yep.
After the table, that's like when we actually got to like meet each other in person. And
Yeah,
it
that was the
wasn't
first
professional. Time. We kind of broke that professional barrier. We tried to started to nourish this friendship.
Yep.
And I don't know, it was like pretty cool because like we just like I got straight into it.
Yeah, it was
like,
easy.
There was no awkwardness when we first met each other. It was simple dab up, and then we just jumped straight into content and just like talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was also really easy because we had Merciae in common. Like, if there wasn't anything personal, and trading. Did we trade? Or maybe
I trade at the table.
That's right. There's a video.
Yeah, there's a video of me
I was trading while we were selling shit. Yeah. No, but that table is really cool. There's a picture somewhere. I don't know if you have it, but I have it. I put it up, bro.
That's pretty funny.
I was fat, bro.
I was fat too. I had a mustache. I was fat and I had like a.
And I was wearing the hat.
I had a pedo mustache.
Yeah, that was brutal. I don't really like looking at those photos, but I think it's gonna be really cool to look back at that photo in like 10 years.
Oh, like when you at the table? Like
yeah, bro. When I'm at the table,
yeah.
Like the one that the people who organized the event took pictures. Like there was a guy walking around with a camera and he took pictures of us.
You did?
Yeah, it's on their Instagram. The brand is tagged in that. Like they tagged the brand or us or me or something.
I think it's just you.
Maybe it's just me.
I think that's the photo you submitted.
No, they had a camera. Maybe, whatever. But that's not a great picture. But it's cool. It's like it's a humble beginnings type of selling on the side of the street, bro. Like
that wasn't our first time too.
No.
After Philly, what else? I was gone for a month.
Yeah.
And then you guys were kind of taking care of it.
Yeah.
In the background, Johnny was shipping out orders, whatever orders we had in July.
Yep.
Did we do anything in August?
I mean, besides me, like traveling.
Yeah, your traveling was like Germany.
Yeah.
We had those girls in Germany send us content, so we were getting like a pretty good stream of content.
Yeah, that summer was very like.
Yeah.
Just kiss in Paris. Like I think you also went to Vietnam during that time, so like. Basically, that whole time was just us taking content. Like we were constantly taking content wherever we went.
Yeah.
I remember I wore this shirt basically 75% of the time on my vacations. Every picture, like even like the family pictures that wasn't for content, I'm wearing the shirt, wearing the hat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then November happened.
Yep, that was a drop.
Yep. But prior to the drop, we rented a supercar. Ooh. That was a three-way split on the Aston Martin payment. So we rented an Aston Martin in Philly. So
was it for 2 days?
It was 24 hours.
We literally only got it for 24 hours.
24 hours.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We did like the bare minimum.
Bro, we rented an Aston Martin over here in Philly. We only had 100 miles on it, and we had a time limit on it, which was 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it was a three-way payment split between all three of us. It was pretty expensive for 24 hours.
It was $1,300 for 24 hours.
So that was like what?
In total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty expensive.
It's like $400 or $500 each.
No, it was $1,700, but then we had to pay for it to get shipped here.
No, it was $750 flat per day.
Uh-huh.
And then it was like fees and taxes, and then it was another $200 or $150 each way.
I think it was $400.
For both. Yeah. So like $200 each way for them to deliver it and pick it up. So that added up, and we like realized now that we got scammed, but that they're just tax heavy on that, and that specific rental company, which we also got the Porsche from, or Johnny got the Porsche from, just taxes a lot when it comes to shipping. Because I got the R8. This is like earlier this year, so fast forward a few months from the Aston Martin, for like $550 a day. No, like $100 I think was the fee for delivery and pickup, and I paid the same amount and I had it for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Well, 5 days, but that's because I blew the tire. But we can get into that later.
Later.
Yeah. So Aston Martin.
So we went to Aston Martin. We did a couple of creatives with that, and to this day I regret not taking more photo content with it. Because it was mainly 50% of the content was videos of us fucking around with it on the inside, just like singing while driving.
And rollers.
Like
that's another 25%.
And then 25% was me sticking my entire body out with my iPhone, shooting rollers.
Yep.
And then the other is like the creative, which was the weekend music video creative, and the coffee and Plaza Azul creative, and the pizza creative.
And the fucking robbery. That one actually, I edited and posted.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't want to post it. I was like, bro, we filmed it. Like,
yeah.
Let me at least cut something together.
So let me let me fill you guys in on some of the roles and duties. I'm the CEO and the creative lead, so everything campaign wise to photo shoot wise to drop wise, I'm usually the one who kind of engineers it, and then I run it through Diego, who is. You want to explain your role?
I do numbers. No, I think like officially the title is CFO. I guess you could also put in COO. I do a lot of the communications and stuff. I handle mainly like when it comes to talking to people, the operations. Even though formally that was Johnny's role, we can get into Johnny. Maybe we can have him on the podcast and he can kind of give some insight into his side of things recently, but this may be a conversation for another time. But Johnny is more of a non-managing member right now, and we kind of diluted his shares down a lot, just because his lifestyle. He's older, married, bought a house, has a dog, probably gonna have kids sometime soon, works 2 jobs, just doesn't quite fit into what the brand needs right now. And I think we all understand that, and there was no hard feelings. So I think with that, I kind of engulfed his role to a certain extent when it comes to like operations and managing things. I just like make sure shit gets done basically.
Yeah.
And then we basically, but like that's a very formal like thing, it's not like we don't both talk about the numbers or like we were just upstairs designing shit together, basically trying to come up with ideas. Everything is basically done together. I think it's just about who kind of fits each role more. Like you'll definitely see Steven doing more of the creative stuff, and you'll definitely see me doing more of the operation stuff. And that's just how it should be, I think.
So you got numbers boy and camera backpack boy. Is essentially
and model. And
model.
Yeah, based.
So going back, that was another pretty neat sidebar, but going back to the whole Aston shoot, we did that. I came home super ecstatic, high on life, just.
I mean, it was pretty cool.
It was really cool. It was my first time driving a supercar.
Yeah.
First time almost allegedly spitting out a supercar as well.
Yeah. And cool. Hit my top speed record all time in that car. Still have yet to break it.
Which is the speed limit, by the way.
Yes.
For highway speeds.
Yep. Which speed is 65.
Yes. Yeah. 65.
Yeah.
But super ecstatic, super high on life, and then we dropped the sweater.
Yep.
And then we literally got like 3 sales. 7.
I don't know.
It was very underwhelming, to be frank. And I mean, in hindsight, I still don't know why it was so underwhelming.
Well, we just didn't lead up to it that well. We basically gave ourselves, I think, 2 weeks overall. The first week was when you and Johnny were in Philly, basically, and we shot content. And then we edited it in a few days. Didn't really have much of a content structure plan like we kind of do now. We structure things out a lot more. We kind of just put a bunch of stuff out there, posted a few videos and content every day on different platforms. Didn't really announce it all that well, I don't think. And then just like opened the website. I think there was an email that I sent out.
Weather.
That was that was a Sweather weather incident. Holy cow. Yeah, that was so we had early access, which we thought people were going to go crazy for, because that's the whole point of early access, is you get people super excited. So we were like, oh, great, we're going to send out this early access and we're going to give people the password into the website early for like 30 minutes before it goes public. And so in the email, which to be fair, I wrote it, like I do all like the SMS and email marketing and sign up forms and everything. And so that's one of the things that I was in charge of for that drop. And in the email, I misspelled the password, which was sweater weather, but it was sweater weather. So there was an H in the word sweater. And even though it was like confirmed by everyone, so like I sent it to Steven and Johnny, and they're like, yep, looks great. And so then I ended up just sending it out, didn't think twice. And then my grandpa like texted me, and he was like, just so you know, the password doesn't work. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? And I looked at the email, and sure enough, the password I sent was not the one that gets you to the website. So we like FaceTime, and I was with my friend, like Lucas was in town for those few days. So we were like out and about, walking around. And then I was, while the drop was happening, because everything was automated, I had set it all the systems up before to send the emails and whatnot. And so then I FaceTime you guys. I'm like, there's a bit of a problem. This is why no one's on the website. Like no one's getting in. There's no buyers because no one can get in. So our problem solving was, I think we went through like resending the email with a new password, changing the password on the website to sweater weather to like fit with the mistake. And then we just ended up opening the website. Like we tried all these different things and we're like, fuck it, just open the website, make it public. And then I think we had a few sales. I think most of it was friends and family. And I don't know, there's maybe like one or two that were real, but I don't remember. And then like a few more came in over the week, a few more family. Yeah, but then I think we got into the groove of things after that.
We didn't really get into. I don't think so.
Like it was fine. The sales were fine. They weren't terrible. They weren't as consistent as they are now.
No. I just think, looking back hindsight, the hype for the sweater right now is at an all-time high.
Yeah.
But the hype back then, like it was, like we were ahead of the time.
Yeah, we were definitely
really early to the game
in
terms of hype. So we dropped it. The demand wasn't really there yet.
Yeah.
Like it is now. So we were slowly trickling out. We didn't really make that much Black Friday, I don't think.
This was after Black Friday.
November?
Yeah.
Was it?
No.
It was early.
No, it wasn't. Because that's when Thanksgiving happened. Yeah. That's when I went to the penthouse in San Francisco and I did that photo shoot, the Fairmont.
Yeah, so this wasn't.
Before. So I think we dropped it mid-November.
Yeah.
And then there was a week of kind of meh. And then that was the week where I did a bunch of content at that penthouse. And then that content started going out. And I think, like, it was fine. It was still, like, a few bands for, like, November, December, which brought us up for the year, like, pretty good. And then January, February, we kept it up before we closed the website, before the Mexico trip. And that was still, like, not, like, an order every day, but it was not bad. Like, it was a few orders a week.
But backpedaling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I personally think the sweater was a little bit underwhelming when we first dropped it.
Yeah.
But then December happened, and that's when I met your family for the first time.
Yep.
I don't even...
Oh, I forgot. I just skipped past that, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's why I said backpedal to that. But I don't remember why I went to California. I don't remember the reason. Like, I know...
it was because we were going to sell the sweaters again. So this was our take number 2 at setting up a booth and selling on the street in person. Did we do it 2 days? And we only did it 1 day.
We did it 1 day. Oh, no, we did it 1 day, and then you did it.
And then I did it again a day or two, I think, myself, which didn't go that great. I hated that. Doing it by yourself is always so much worse, because, like, at least if you do it with someone else, you can share the embarrassment and you can, like, share the whatnot. But, hey, step out of your comfort zone. It's always good. No, but that's why you came. Yeah. And you showed up to the airport with like 5 massive fucking boxes. Maybe it wasn't 5. It was like 3 or something.
It was a lot. It was like 2 boxes, and they had basically the entire.
Yeah, it was a lot of sweaters. I think you showed up with at least 50 sweaters, and I was like, yeah, no, trust me, like we're gonna sell out. We want to bring as many as possible. Once we're on the street, they're gonna die for them. They're gonna sell. We're gonna sell, and we sold 4.
We made $300.
Yep. There's a good clip of you saying like 3 fucking bands, because that's how much we thought we were gonna sell and how much we thought we were gonna make.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't work out.
Yeah. Not only that, but after meeting with your dad, our expectations were a little bit heightened, just because he said this is
yeah
gold. You know,
yeah
this is a good product.
yeah
Like, he believed a lot in it.
Yeah.
So we were excited to sell too.
yeah. I think. I wonder maybe if there's anything we could have done different, like in the future if we ever do any street pop up.
I honestly think
Sales.
it's just appearance.
Like the aesthetics.
The aesthetics of it.
Hmm.
Like, what do we do it on? Really, a black coffee table and then two
Like
fold-out chairs.
we put a sheet over it.
Yep.
And then, I mean,
And
it didn't
then
look
we just had like a bunch
bad.
of.
I think it was because it was basically one product store, so it wasn't like they had options to browse. It was either you like the sweater and you want it, and you're willing to pay $80 for it.
Yeah.
Like on the side of the street, you're paying $80, which to be fair is like a bit much.
But like, it was Berkeley, Cali, so technically it wasn't like, a lot of people were walking by. It's like, oh, it's not that bad. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like pretty cheap.
But then why didn't you buy it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
It's kind of really hard to say, and that was like one of the main things that I think for the rest of the trip, all I can remember you saying is like mocking the people that came by, touched it, said it was nice, and then just left. Like, you were just mocking those people for the rest of it, because it's true. It's like they're just teasing us. Like, they're coming by, they're giving us compliments.
It's a little bit frustrating.
Yeah. But I guess that's just life. Like, I mean, if you think about the way that the website works, right? Like, those are just people that come, take a look, and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 99% of people.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe we just need more foot traffic. Maybe the place that we were selling wasn't the best, but I've found success at that exact location multiple times with the socks. But to be fair, those were like $20, so it's a much lower ticket item.
And then what else? LC500 with
Yeah.
Argent.
Yeah.
That was a pretty fun shoe. I actually really enjoyed that.
That was really good. That was a
one-
good first taste at like a proper, even though we did some questionable things, that was a properly done, like, this is the creative, this is how we're going to execute it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it went up, it did really well, but we took it down because of what it...
some legal issues.
Yeah, some legal issues.
But no, that was actually one of my favorite memories
The LC shoot?
ever. Like, I don't know, I was on a different type of high.
Yeah.
Like, just driving through the hills and near the cliff and coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then
That was pretty
It was
cool.
a pretty high horsepower convertible. I don't know. I just enjoyed the San Francisco trip, just like as a trip by itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And we did the snow.
Yes, Tahoe, which was another really good execution on like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like we kind of slowly eased into like how we were filming the sweater, how we were getting content. Because if you really think about it, that was like maybe the third time we were physically together, doing stuff together. Everything up until that point was like virtual, and me doing content with whoever I was with, and you doing content with whoever you were with.
Yeah.
And that was like, besides the first time in Philly, which we already did bangers at like the Four Seasons. Those pictures are all over Pinterest and blow up there. Then the second time was the Aston Martin with Johnny, which not like the best, but you know, we kind of did a bit. And then this was the third time, was California. And that, I think we kind of like hit our stride, and we kind of figured out the lifestyle, the aesthetic, and how we do it, like how we work well together. And now we kind of have that on lock. I mean, we can like go out for 2 hours to a nice lobby and get enough content for a few weeks, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely developed brand DNA. Like that was like the first time we got to taste the brand DNA. But no, the whole Tahoe trip, because we went up to Tahoe, we met up with a bunch of friends. We went up to Tahoe to take pictures and do a lot of content in the snow.
Mm.
That should have been our first time that we probably shouldn't have done female content, like female lead content.
Yeah.
We're a men's clothing brand. Should probably stick only to men's. As for the models, only use females as kind of like backup support, like supporting roles, not lead roles. That should have been our first sign.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we overlooked that. Like I remember like us talking about it. I was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't use females. And then Mexico happened, and then we went back to using females.
Yeah.
But besides that, so went up to Tahoe, went skiing. That was also a really surreal experience.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Because we weren't even trying to sell.
And we sold a few like at the mountain.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
And that was just because people just saw like a group of people wearing it, and they're like, oh my god, Like that looks so cool.
Like group mentality. Like we basically, I think we joked that we like took over the mountain, but like.
I mean, genuinely,
It was pretty cool.
There was
like
four other
besides
people
us.
it,
Yeah, there was like I think almost 10 of us on the mountain that day, all wearing the sweaters, and you would just like see it, and people came up just like, "What are you guys like a team? Are you guys a ski team? Like, what's going on?" It's like, "No, we're just have a brand. We're selling stuff. Blah blah blah," which is really cool.
Yeah.
I like still remember, and or I'll say I still remember looking around, and I'll see like the occasional sweater just.
Yeah.
Snowboarding or skiing down the hill or like on the lift or something, and it wasn't one of us, right? Mm-hmm. That was really cool. And I actually went back, like after you left, I went back I think like 3 times or whatever to that same mountain and skied a few more times, and I saw it almost every time. Like I went up with Philip, I think, and that was when I took some photos with another guy who happened to be wearing a sweater, and it was like, "Yo, it's you again." And I was like, "Yeah," I went up to him and we took some pictures. Like, "You want to take some pictures of me? I'm wearing the sweater today." And that was really cool. Like the fact that people didn't just wear it for us, they wore it like not knowing, like, genuinely. They genuinely were wearing it because they liked it and they wanted to show it off, which was really cool. It's really surreal to see it out in the wild, like just with like you don't expect it, like, and then it's just and it's just there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know, like I always think to myself, like, you ever just like stop and think to yourself, like, there are people across the globe, they out of all the things they could choose in their closet, they choose the things that we made to represent themselves for the day.
Yeah,
that's pretty fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool. I mean, there's definitely Kiss and Paris is just walking around all over the world, sweaters walking around all over the world. Now hoodies, mainly in America, but still all around the world.
Yeah,
I mean, it is pretty cool to think about. What I really want to do is like, I mean, the chance of seeing it outside of the U.S. on like our travels is so rare that's really that's like a goal. It's just to see it.
Yeah.
In like America's great. Like I've seen it a few times here at school, like once at the cafe, and I've seen like people that I know or friends of friends wearing it around campus, which is still really cool. Mm. But I really just want to see like someone not in Philly. Maybe even like not even the U.S. Like maybe at some airport, right? Like in Germany or in the UK or in Spain or whenever we travel, and you're just like that's our hoodie or whatever. And you're just like, no, because I've seen Nude Project a few times, and even that was really cool. And it's not even my fucking brand, you know. Yeah. So I'd probably faint, to be honest. It'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, now Sean's like, "Yo, where'd you get that hoodie?"
Yeah, exactly. You have to like boost their ego a lot.
We low-key might see some in Miami. We get a lot of orders in Miami.
Yeah, so, Miami would also be really cool. Yeah, it's pretty fashion center, or New York.
So so after December, we sold a couple of hoodies. I almost ended up spending Christmas with your family. Yep. And then flew back here. Told my mom all about it. So for like the longest time, my parents, they were like a bit on edge about the success rate of owning a clothing brand. Like your parents are very gung ho about you running.
Oh yeah, they don't care. Whatever I do, they'll just support me. Yeah.
But like my parents, obviously, they played the protective role. They were like, like, you know, it's not a proven concept. You're not guaranteed to win. I still think you should play it safe and not put too much expectations into it. It was like definitely hurt at the time because after spending time with your parents, seeing how they talked to you about the business, it was a far cry from how my parents talked about business with me. Yeah. So it was a little bit hurtful, but then again, I understand where they're coming from, like...
Yeah, I mean, they're much more traditional.
They're much more traditional. Yeah. They are, go to school, get a degree, work for someone. Yeah. Don't just, stay in your own lane, Like, don't venture too far from your lane because you'll get lost. And But what I'm doing right now is, very untraditional.
Yeah. In my family. I mean, you're still going back to school. Yeah. Which is good. I mean, put it to, if I wasn't in school... My parents would not be as supportive. As long as I do what they want me to do, they don't care, whatever else I do on top of that. And they, support me because of it. They're like, oh, great, you're doing all these things. Make sure you're not failing school, and that's fine. Yeah. So, I think it's, having a good balance, right? You... Not that going to school is, makes you a bitch because, if you believe in the brand or you believe in whatever it is you're doing, you shouldn't be in school. But it's like, I mean, it's just good to have a backup.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, call it whatever you want. I don't plan on using it, to be completely honest. Maybe I'll have like a job right out of college for a bit, but I don't really plan on that.
Finance is a pretty useful skill. I feel like, because like you said, one of our main problems is cash flow.
Yep.
And inventory.
I mean, it's not like as a finance major I can just make
you
cash
can fix it
here,
but obviously. Yeah.
But like managing
More
it,
common
I think
sense.
it's like really hard right now to like. There's not a whole lot of cash to be managed. Like there's a few entries I make every now and then in the QuickBooks and whatnot, but really, that skill will come into play when there's bigger numbers coming in and more stuff going out, and yeah, I'll probably end up needing help with that. Not next year, maybe like the year after or something if we keep growing.
But after December, then we were pretty quiet until March, and that was because we were brewing up some big ideas and big ambitions.
Yeah.
So I think coming out of December, I don't know why we...
No, we had the idea when you were in California. Like we had the idea of like, let's do something crazy. Like we'll do a trip.
Ooh. It was because like we whipped out the whiteboard and we had like a whole ass day where we were just brainstorming.
Yep.
Like how to build an actual community. And then that's when I came up with the idea is, why not bring our community out for a marketing trip?
Yeah.
You know, like whatever we're doing in California right now, like I love it.
Right.
So why not share this feeling with other people?
Yeah.
And so that's when I came up with the idea for Project Tulum, which was later changed to Project Cancun, which wasn't even in Cancun. It was technically Project Playa del Carmen, but Project Mexico.
Whatever. Yeah.
The whole idea of Project Mexico was to find people who bought from the brand and align themselves with the message of the brand itself, and then just bringing them on board to a marketing shoot just to give them the full experience of what the brand is, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can only interact with a brand so much until you're fully immersed into the brand itself. I
mean, and it was definitely inspired by the nude project Chateau and the nude project like Ibiza mansion that they did. I forget if that was after, but it was one of those two or both of them, because like you said, like immersing people into what the brand actually is, like the actual lifestyle. Like you can post videos all you want, but actually putting people like together in that community setting, creating events, like building an actual environment for people to physically, be there and enjoy it is just totally different. And I think that's why Sam specifically, shout out Sam, understands the message more than anyone, because he lived it, you know what I mean? And like he like still works with us to this day, like modeling for us and whatnot, and even like more recently he's been like offering some ideas and
he's
kind
a
of
very big advocate.
Like helping a lot. Definitely really, really cool, and bought sweaters and sold to his friends like for us, promotes the brand, which is really cool. But I think it's because he lived it through Mexico. But yeah.
And we haven't met Sam prior to Mexico.
No.
Let's make that very clear. We haven't met this kid. We had no interaction with this kid until Mexico. And then after that's when he became really, really immersed in the brand.
Yeah.
Believed in the message.
Yeah. But anyways, so the idea was born, and then it came down to figuring it out, which took basically every second leading up until the trip. I mean, I still think that's some of like...
That's the most locked in I've been.
The most...
In like a minute.
Like that was basically 2 or 3 months of just straight grinding. Like the amount of time it takes to organize that with that amount of people sucks. Like that was... I mean, it was so cool, and even like the entire trip, Steven was like always saying it, like it's on the vlog. Fuck, I gotta post part 2. Part 2 of the Mexico vlog is gonna come out soon whenever I get around to editing it. Maybe next week after I'm done with finals, I'll edit it. I'll finish editing it.
He's not gonna edit it. I think at this point I might as well edit it.
Yeah, well, it's almost done actually. Yeah. I just gotta add audio and captions to it. I actually think it's almost done. But regardless, in the vlog, even part 1, a lot of what you'll see is like Steven filming and like me stressed, organizing everything, making sure like everyone's ready to go, making sure like where we're going is happening, on WhatsApp, messaging all the different like people that we have organized with. And like it'll just like Cameron will pan to me, or like I'll be in the background of Steven. I'm just like not like nonverbal, and Steve was just like, you can tell when he's really stressed because he just doesn't talk, and you could like also tell by the amount of cigarettes he smokes in a day, like all this stuff, and so that was really funny. But that kind of like encapsulates what it felt like. It was really fun and it was really cool to plan it, but it was also really stressful because the entire time everyone was asking me like, oh, what are we doing next? Like, when are we doing this? What's happening now? Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to do this? Do I do that? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, give me a second, bro. Yeah.
So let's just break down what we had to do.
Yeah.
Because in the meantime, I was working 80, 70-hour weeks just to fund.
Yeah. He's still doing EMT.
Yeah, I was
EMT
doing my
work.
EMT stuff. 70, 80-hour weeks.
Yep.
Luckily, I had a lot of free time to help plan. So let us just tell you guys a couple of things that we had to do when you're planning such a big marketing trip for 10 plus people. Firstly, it's accommodations. We had to find an Airbnb suitable enough for 10 plus guests. Mm-hmm. That's not easy.
The original goal was 7, by the way. Like, that Tulum one was 7 spots available. Mm-hmm. And we were like, cool, so it's you, me, and 7 other people. That's almost 10 people. That's a lot of people. And then not only did we have to deal with accommodations, but we had to find people to fill the house with. That was the biggest struggle, I think. Before we go into planning like any of the excursions and the actual like day-to-day activities, like talk about how hard it was to find people.
It was very hard because a lot of the people who wanted to come, who responded to the DM, they did not have that week off.
Yeah.
A lot of our customers are college students. They're fairly young. So
well, back up. We posted on the story. Like the original plan was to invite, like to have it be open invitation and have people come to us to join. And basically, like I had set up an entire like screening process, right? Like with the Google Forms and interviews. Like we had interview questions ready to be asking people. That didn't really get used for another month until we found out, hey, maybe we should start reaching out to people to fill these spots because no one's really reaching out to us. So we posted the story and we got maybe like 5 people who swiped up on it that were really interested in it. And like you said, like after a few back and forth of DMs, plans just didn't end up working out. You know, they didn't really want to make the trip all the way over to Mexico, whatever it might be.
Like schedules didn't align.
Yeah, like it just didn't work out. And I don't know, at that point, I think we only had, I don't even think we had 500 followers at that point. So really like only
300.
Yeah, like only a few hundred people were even looking at it.
Yeah.
So from that, a very small percentage reached out, and you know, the numbers don't add up for that to have been enough, you know.
So we realized it was overly ambitious to have only followers to us. So we started to reach out to other people that we knew, or not even knew. Like I didn't know anyone.
Well, initially it was people we knew. So like this, the way we gradually ended up with the people we ended up was, we were hoping it would be followers that would be dying to come on this trip and they'd be willing to do it. Didn't work out. Then it was like, okay, let's talk to some friends and see if they can come or know people that want to come. And then it was literally going through like my following and followers lists and messaging people I hadn't talked to in years or don't even know, explaining the situation. Like it would always be like, hey, this is going to sound really crazy, but you want to come to Mexico? And like a long text. And listen, at the end of the day, it worked out. I mean, you know, like we said, we didn't know 70% of the people that came on the trip. Like we knew, I don't know,
Carlos,
2 people.
Yeah,
I think.
Carlos knew Izzy. That was it.
That was literally it. So that's 2 people out of
10.
No, like 12. The UK people.
Oh yeah, it's UK people.
Okay, so technically there was 1 person that did actually, or 2 that actually followed the brand and came on the trip, which was the people from the UK.
And they also purchased from us.
Yeah, they're like actually customers. That's what I mean.
You know, funny story, sidebar real quick. So those 2 people, when she bought the sweater, she had DM'd me first on the brand, like asking like, hey, like how should I size this? And so I clicked on her profile and I saw that she was like a micro DJ, like micro influencer DJ in the UK. And then, you know, told her the sizing, she bought it and she said, oh, I can't wait to wear it. And then I shot her the text right then and there. I was like, hey, by the way, we're having like this crazy marketing trip right now. Would you like to come to Mexico?
Yeah.
She was all for it.
Yeah, and then
she was all for it.
Yeah, they were super down. So her and her manager / mom came out to Mexico, flew all the way from London, which was crazy. Or maybe not London, the UK, somewhere in the UK. Yeah, so that was really cool. Those were the two real people. Unfortunately, they didn't stay with us at the Airbnb. I don't think there was even space for them. But they were totally fine. They wanted to stay in their hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
They still joined us on all the excursions and whatnot. So they were there for the main parts, which is really cool. Yeah, but so it basically ended up messaging random people.
Yeah.
And through that, we got enough yeses to fill all the spots. A lot of the times, I think it came down to like for example, Ruby, right? Like I messaged Ruby and Tarzan came because of Ruby, and Tarzan, as we've definitely talked about multiple times, helped us like with the videography and cinematic side of things, like bringing his camera rig, like all the professional camera shots and like behind the scenes that you see of this big camera with like this monitor screen. That's all Tarzan. So that we got really lucky with that. I mean, I don't think it would have turned out half as good.
It would have been just us and two Osmos.
Two Osmos. Yeah.
It just
trying to shoot in
so
D-Log
bad.
with, yeah.
Would we have shot in D-Log? I thought, no, I don't think we even knew what color grading was.
We did.
Until,
Because you were shooting in D-Log the beach shoot.
No, like without Tarzan. Like if Tarzan hadn't come, I don't think we would have known what.
Oh, maybe not.
Color
Maybe that's
grading.
right, because we didn't
Yeah.
shoot in D-Log ever before that.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, but besides that,
Yeah.
it was just like them inviting people that they knew. So it was like a friend of a friend.
Right,
of a friend.
right. Yeah.
And that's how we sort of build our list of the guests that were coming.
Yep.
All right, but that was just finding people who would come.
Yep.
Prior to that, we had already found people who wanted to come, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, a few
And-
people fell through. Like,
Yeah.
a few people were locked and then fell through. Yeah.
I remember your names.
Yeah.
I remember your names. But yeah, we had to change the location from Tulum to Playa del Carmen because one of the people that fell through, their biggest concern was Tulum wasn't a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
We looked it up. Statistically, it's not a safe place.
Yeah.
And other guests that were coming, they also raised that concern. So we had to make a quick pivot over to Playa del Carmen.
Yep.
Which is why I think we decided to bump up the guest list was because we found a bigger property
Yeah.
for a better price.
Yep.
And so we're like, okay, so instead of fitting 7 people, we can now fit like 12 plus people. So let's invite
Right.
more people.
Yeah.
The more bodies, the better, more diversity that we have. So that was the
Yeah.
catalyst as to why.
That was I think that was like a really big pivot that we had to do like really fast.
Yeah.
Was canceling the Tulum Airbnb. That guy was not happy with me. I remember him messaging me like, "I'm so sad that you come stay with me anymore." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. It's just not fitting our needs." And so then we found the other one, which was like I think, like not that it didn't fit our vibe. It fit the vibe that we were going for at the time.
Yeah.
But not to get too much in, I'm sure we'll talk about like the actual meaning and like why we kind of veered off the main like Merciae made path that we had built up until that point. But it was like a very jungly, earthy kind of
hippie.
Yeah, very hippie. It was very hippie, which fit with the group. I mean, a lot of the people were from California. Not that you guys are all hippies, but I mean, I'm from California. But it fit that vibe, and everyone loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. It was a really cool Airbnb. I totally want to go back. Actually, it was like a huge property. I mean, you guys can watch the vlog. There's a whole tour. There was 4 different rooms that we had. Outdoor kitchen, the pool. They had like custom dinners like handmade, like private chef dinners that they had there for us. Yeah, it was awesome. The only problem was transportation. So I think like the thing that made my hair fall out the most during the trip was trying to figure out transportation.
Yeah, that was so
And eventually, like I think day 2 or 3 was when we realized, hey, like they offer transportation. So he was like, "Oh, where do you need to go? I can just take you in the truck." I think it was like day 2 when we went to Walmart, or was that the night? That was maybe in day 1 night. I forget. But at some point we went to Walmart, and he was like, "Oh, I can just pick you up in my truck."
Was that day 1 night?
It was something.
I think the first day was we all got settled in. Then we did like a little bit of content, And then that's when you found
Yeah.
out that he was able to drive people, but he only had one truck at the time.
Yeah, he only
So
had
he
one
took
truck.
like the first half of the group with you
Right.
to the city center, and then came back, picked up me and the remaining group,
Mm.
and then we met up, went to Walmart, and that's when he got I think his family to help out.
Yeah, what did we shoot that day? I'm trying to remember. Oh, we shot the knocking creative, which I still love. To this day, that is still one of my favorite creatives that we've done. Just because it's so simple, but it's like, I don't know, it's cool and it like shows the community. I still really love that. Even it's a little cringe and there's people talking, but it's like, I don't know. That was really cool.
We did the knocking creative. Then we went to the city center. You know, fucked around a little bit.
Yeah, ate food.
Did
Did a little shopping.
Yeah, we went to Walmart. Then I forgot his name, but the host came back with I think his family. Alfonso.
Yeah.
Came back with his family, and they also had a car. And then that was like when me and Tarzan we chilled in the trunk.
Yeah.
While they were driving
with
back.
all the groceries.
And we started drinking. It was really fun.
Yep.
And then that night was just like a pool night.
Yeah, like that. That
was such good vibes.
That vibe and that aesthetic that we had going.
That was so.
With like it was like I actually can't really explain it.
It was surreal.
It was like 75 degrees, like the perfect temperature for like shorts and a shirt off. And basically that was the vibe. And everyone was in the kitchen. Music was blasting. There was talking. There was laughter. There was group effort in the cooking.
Yep.
And
made
like ground chicken, like pulled chicken tacos with like salsa, handmade guac. That was a beautiful, like that was really, 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 really cool. And then we all went in the pool. Like we had a late night like cig and drinks. Like the drinks were flowing. I mean,
it's more like a Smirnoff thing. They started making cocktails.
We bought 2 big vodkas. We bought cases of fucking Corona. I had so many cigarettes. Don't smoke, kids. It's not good, but it's so good.
Oh my god.
It was awesome. I love that so much.
Yeah.
I'm putting the montage. Something is going up right now to showcase that vibe on screen right now.
But no, that was insane.
That was super.
But that was only day 1.
Yeah.
And so day 2, that was.
Well, we got to explain the leading up to it. We kind of got off track.
Oh yeah.
We did. Of why it's so hard to plan.
Okay, so
now we have the people.
We have the people.
Really long
we have the location. We went over transportation.
Yep.
And now
the events. Like managing day-to-day activities, planning what's actually going to happen. Like how do we showcase the lifestyle as best as we can
so
with a budget.
Taking a little bit of a big step back to California when we were brainstorming with that big whiteboard, we noticed that a lot of these clothing brands that were our muse at the time, they had creatives. They didn't just have, photos. They didn't just have aesthetic lay flats.
Yeah.
They had cinematics.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what cinematics are, these are basically just mini movies that these brands would make. And it's just your storytelling and you're including the brand into it. So you're just adding depth and you're building a world around your brand identity. And this is one of the things that we came into conclusion that, this is the next big step for our brand. We need to start getting into creatives. And knowing us, when we get into something, we go 100%.
Yeah.
And so these creatives, we spent literally 3 months developing. First, we had to develop what the drop was going to be revolved around, which the drop name was More Love, More Life.
Yeah.
Essentially, it was basically just loving life.
Yeah. I think also we lean heavily into the couples, romanticizing, or not romantic, like romantic relationships. Like if you'll notice, each creative is a couple.
I do remember, I remember abstractly what my thought process was. It was, you're looking back to that summer love that you had back then, and then you lost.
Yeah, I remember there was a creative that never went out, but it was like, I think it was my idea, and you didn't really fuck with it, and it was like you're going through the closet, and then he touches the shirt, and it's like flashback, and then it was gonna cut to the beach scene, but we ended up cutting out that first part, but
the whole idea behind it was, you're looking back, this is a very fond memory of you, of you and this other person. It's very painful, but you're happy it happened.
Yeah.
Sad it ended, happy it happened.
Yeah.
So it was just like.
But the connection was the shirt. Like
Yeah.
the garment was supposed to be the bridge
Mhm.
from that feeling. Yeah.
So I just wanted, like, it's a very powerful emotion. Love is a very powerful emotion. So that's why I want to connect it with,
Yeah.
like, the brand identity.
Yeah.
So that was the main reason.
Yeah.
That's why we did the creatives that we did. We ended up making 3 big creatives.
Yep.
Which
They're all
was
out right now, by the way, on the
was
Instagram.
the jungle date, the buy her flowers, and the beach shoot. Which the beach shoot just ended up being a beach edit.
But I mean, like, that was. It wasn't. They're each like really good for their own reasons. Like,
Yeah.
yes, the beach shoot was just an edit, and
Which
we
went
probably
viral.
could have done more. Yeah, like it went viral. Not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, but for some reason, randomly, I decided to post something on TikTok that just was the same video that we've always used, but a slightly different audio, and it just said like "Summer is here," and that was the one that did viral and actually like pushed us over 10K for good. Like we gained a few hundred followers from that because we were stuck. We were like teetering between like 9.9 and 10K for so long, and that always pissed me off. Now we're stuck at like 10.3, and we just crossed to 10.4.
Yeah.
Which is great and all, but let's keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're all great in their own ways, and I think that was like the message behind it. I still think is like the best thing we've done. Like the more like the phrase "more love, more life" I think was really cool. Like I remember when you first said it, and it immediately like resonated, and it was like, yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. Like some meeting or something. It was just
we can bring it back.
yeah.
We've got a
Like-
design, but like not the creatives. We
Yeah,
learned our
like
lesson
totally.
about
I just think it really sucks because, man, if that had all gone well, like who knows what would have happened, right?
Yeah.
Like those shirts just never to be seen.
which we'll get into later.
Yeah. Anyways, so
That was
the creatives took a really long time.
that was just coming up with the ideas of the creative.
Yeah.
This wasn't.
Filming.
We haven't even covered filming. We haven't even covered
Not
like the
planning.
roles.
Like
Yeah.
planning took a long time because we were like, okay, this is what we want it to look like, but we didn't know who was going to come. So we didn't know who to put into the roles and how it was going to look and how to actually map it because you can only really start mapping that stuff when you know who's going to fit the role,
Yeah.
right? So like once we knew it was going to be Sam and Ruby for the beach shoot, we started talking to them and we like brought them on a meeting. We're like, okay, this is what it's going to look like. This is what we want to do. So we kind of shared the vision. So everyone who was going to be a part of that shoot was on the same page. Same with a jungle date with Izzy and Quinn, and then the flowers for her with Carlos and UK Izzy. And I think once we kind of started putting faces to the roles, that's when it really clicked, and that's when we, wrapped it up, I think, and we're like, this is going to be good. We had all, it wasn't Miro at the time, but we were using Milanote.
Yeah.
Like, those Milanotes were so detailed. I mean, they had, like, every single shot we wanted. The angle, we had references, we had, like, the vibe, the aesthetics, what equipment we were going to bring. Like, everything you could possibly plan out was on that Milanote.
Okay. Another thing too. Those are the main creatives. We haven't even talked about the mini creatives that were just like to fill in the spaces,
Right.
like the IRS party or the yacht creative
Or the knocking on the door
the
one.
knocking on the door one.
Yep.
There was just so much, like that Milanote went
Yeah.
deep. We had to use like a really small font to fill it all in the space.
Yeah.
Like the same.
That was really long.
Yeah.
But I mean, it worked out. So essentially, after a long planning, we got the creatives done. We had shot lists also for like photos. That doesn't even take into account the photos. We had Pinterest boards and stuff and a lot of inspo that we had for the shoot and content we wanted to take. Because obviously we were like on a time crunch. We had a certain amount of days to get a certain amount of stuff done. And so now it comes down to planning. So basically we went through and we kind of figured out how much we had to spend for the trip because we paid for everything. As long as they paid for their flights, everything else we covered. So we had to figure that part out. So the Airbnb obviously was a big expense, but not as bad as we expected. The yacht was another big expense. So we really wanted to do something boat-esque. I think we went through I basically know Viator, which is that like fucking book, like the excursion booking app that you do. like the back of my hand. I mean, I know all of the different Cancun excursions that are available because I've looked through all of them. And like we were thinking about ATVs for a while, like the 4-wheelers. Yeah. Like driving those around. We ended up looking at like zip lines, the cenotes, yachts, jet skis, like everything you could possibly think of. We went and we looked at that as an option. And then we did budgets. We ran numbers on, hey, how much would it cost for X amount of people to be on this excursion? Could we afford it? Does it fit in with our schedule? Is there a time slot open for this day? And at the end of the day, what we ended up going with was like our 2 main excursions was the yacht and the cenote tour. And those were the 2 big ones on days 3 and 4. Days 1 and 2 were, I think, more productive, and we kind of did a little bit more of like exploring as a group. So like we kind of built the community and had people meet and connect prior to doing like those excursions where we were like stuck together, because I didn't want people to automatically feel trapped like day 1 on a boat with like random people. So we kind of structured it that way. But yeah, planning all that took a really long time. And then there's a schedule somewhere. I also put up a clip of like the Zoom meeting we had with everyone, because we had to meet these people like virtually at least, right? Like we couldn't just blindly had them. I also had everyone fill up a Google form with like their height, their weight, their name, like their birthday, like everything, like things about them, if there's any criminal history. Johnny ran background checks on people.
We had the legal forms as well.
We had, oh my God, I had my lawyer write up I don't know how many pages it was, tens of pages of just saving our asses in the event anything bad happened. But it was good. It was worth it. Totally good that we had that done. It was like a modeling contract and a liability waiver. So we did everything properly, to put it that way. So we did everything properly.
Really covered our asses.
Yeah. So nothing bad could have happened on us. Yeah, so that was really good.
And, another thing, too. While we were doing all of this, we are also dealing with supply chain issues. So, the beginning of the year was very, very stressful for us because our main manufacturer, who is overseas in China, they were on vacation. Yeah. So they were AWOL for 2 months.
Yeah. December was really when the stress started, actually, because that's when they told us.
Yeah, that is true.
They were like, oh, by the way, for the next 2 months, we're not going to be working because we're taking holiday. I was like, so what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, you can't just spring that on me. We had an entire plan. And all of December and January, like all of the rest of December, I think I spent like trying to find manufacturers and emailing different people, having meetings with different people, like calls, trying to figure it out. And we ended up with ASBX, which is in Portugal.
We're going to name drop you guys.
Yeah,
because we really don't like you guys.
Fuck you. Holy shit. And we ended up ordering a round of samples from them. And they were good, and they actually came pretty fast, like within 2 weeks, I want to say. And the timeline I was promised was a month for production. Like, or maybe it was 2 months. I could be wrong. It was very short and they were like, okay, 2 weeks for samples and then 30 days for production, especially with like the low quantities that we had. They're like, yeah, we'll get it done fast, no worries. And so I was like, great, like this fits our timeline. We're gonna make it. We ordered it January, I'm pretty sure. Like the first round of samples, maybe even the second or third. We did a lot of sampling. To be fair, we did a lot of sampling, and if some things changed.
Not really.
We didn't.
We did one round of sampling with them, and then another one for Cafe. The old Shift Art.
But that was included in that was another round of sampling. There were 3 rounds of sampling. If you go back in the Making Merciae, you can see all the different packages I opened, and one of them was the first one was the first round of sampling. Obviously, blur this out. Oh, I thought you were gonna take it off.
It's like low-key hot.
Yeah, I don't know. It gets hot at like 10 here.
Probably turn that shit on. Let me just see if it's still recording.
Okay, let's wrap up Mexico. So
just because the cameras are about to die, we're just gonna leave it off in Mexico, and then we'll do part 2, which is just after Mexico, which is the comeback story of like the century.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So what was I saying?
So
the problems. Yeah. So anyways, long story short, we had problems. We were promised things that they didn't get, they didn't deliver on. We were really hoping to have the bulk order before Mexico, so we could bring a few shirts of everything and give them out to people, do group stuff. That didn't happen, and we made do. We shifted, and we were like, okay, we're just gonna bring all the samples that we have because we have enough samples that we can still shoot content with every shirt. We can give out as many things as possible. Everyone will be wearing different things. It's fine, whatever. So we were fine with that. We weren't planning on dropping it for another few weeks after Mexico anyways. So we were like, great. So they got another month to give us the thing, whatever. Then they're like, okay, so it should be there. I think it was mid-May, which was fine. That was a few weeks after Mexico. So that worked out. They didn't deliver on that either. So basically we were sitting with our Mexico content, just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. We had basically teased Mexico. We had posted about Mexico.
All right. I feel like we're getting a little bit too far ahead of ourselves, but the main I guess thing I want you guys to know is that we were planning all of this not knowing when our bulk order would get here.
Yeah.
Which was we were planning this because we wanted to, give the models all the shirts, all the designs, so we could do a lot of content. That did not end up happening, as you could tell. So what we ended up doing was mixing and matching samples that we got from our original manufacturer before they took their break, and then the samples that we got from Portugal.
And the blanks that I took to a little print shop here and got custom made. They were just white shirts, and we made designs on. I think we took 3 or 4 to them, and they screen printed or DTG the designs on there. And we used those too.
Yeah, we
did whatever. We scrapped everything basically. All the scraps we could pull together, we did, and we took it. And it worked. To be honest,
it worked.
Yeah, it was.
We're pretty resourceful.
Yeah.
Adaptable.
Yeah.
We made the best of the situation. So now we're making these contents. We're making these plans, knowing that the bulk order won't get here. We actually don't know when it will get here. So in our minds, this is we're investing a lot of money in. Yeah. It's going to be a while before we see a return on this investment in terms of for the brand. Not to ourselves personally.
Yeah.
Ourselves personally, we couldn't really care. That money could have disappeared and we really wouldn't care. But it was just a big investment into the brand, and we knew that it was going to be a while before the brand sees that ROI on the content and the snowball that we started. But yeah, so after that, planning all the content out, and all the mini content, then came flights and then logistics. Where everyone's gonna be every hour of the day on certain days.
It's getting too cold.
On certain days, and that was a headache because we had to find out a lot.
Basically just batch people up. We had a group coming from California, coming from Philly, and then coming from New Hampshire. And we all met up. The group coming from California had to sit at the airport for hours and hours and hours before my group, the Philly group, showed up. And then we had to wait another hour or two before you guys showed up. And that's when the transpo was going to pick us up. And got there, took us to the villa. Yeah, it all worked out. It was just a lot of planning. Long story short, it was a lot of planning. There's so much more that there's no point in getting into.
Yeah, but basically there was not one single, I want to say second, within those 3 months where me and Diego were not talking and planning.
And thinking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was just...
On top of that, we were also doing Making Merciae. That was which
we actually did a lot,
which was our resolution to make a video every single day and post it on TikTok and Instagram.
Wow. I completely overlooked that.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, not only were we doing that, but every week we would switch off. So it would be every 2 weeks, I guess. Because Johnny was doing it too for the beginning portion of it, and you basically had 7 days where you had to make a video every single day, and it wasn't a shitty video. I spent hours and hours on every single video I put up every day, and I know you and Johnny did too. Every single video took hours to film and then edit. You had to plan it, you had to script it. Then you had to film it, and you fucked up multiple times, and you had to refilm it. Then you had to edit it, and oh my god, it took forever.
Yeah.
So we were doing that. I'm glad that was like that was an intermittent thing. It wasn't every single day. It was like every 2 weeks. You got a break.
Oh, we also forgot to mention Merciae.
Oh, I did. So before making Merciae, I tried to do like 7 days of Mary Mercier, which was December, so 2023, no, 4. And that was awkward and embarrassing. I mean, it was a good start into like talking content, because I think the first piece of talking content that ever went out was me talking about how our design got stolen. Like someone stole our design and here's how we got it back or whatever. And that video did really well, actually. So we kind of took that, or I took that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do something for Christmas. And like, I think it was like give discounts, or it was maybe like you get a free item with every order or something for 7 days or leading up to Christmas. And no one ordered anything. So like there was nothing to give away. And the whole thing just went to shit, and it was the most.
Your robber video? That's my favorite one. It's all broken.
Oh, that was I do remember that.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I also did like my own like little content thing too, where it was like a recap of 2024.
Yeah.
Like the New Year's. As
yeah,
well.
you did that for 3 days, and then that counted as like the first week of making Merciae.
Yeah. And then so basically the whole idea behind making Merciae, I know we keep sidebarring a lot.
Yeah.
But
there's so much to talk about.
So much to talk about. But essentially what I want to do was I want to practice our content. So what's better practice than repetition? So we made it a goal to post a video on making Merciae every single day for the year 2025, which we no longer do because it's stupid. But it was good. It was really good practice because we have never really created talking content before. We weren't really comfortable in front of the camera. Our camera etiquette wasn't good. We still had a lot of, I guess, was it shame? Not shame, but like shame. Embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like we were very embarrassed in front of the camera. So we would record, and I know this goes for both me, Johnny, and you. We would record in the Osmo. It took several takes to even get one good take, and then we would chop it up in CapCut, manually type in caption. It was really high budget. We would add a bunch of goofy ass sound effects. It was just not necessary. But at the time, we thought it was necessary because we were trying to make each video like it was like a Mr. Beast YouTube video.
Yeah.
Tried to do that for 7 days in a row, and then obviously it wasn't realistic for one person to do it every single day for the entire year. So that's why we did that little system where we would switch off each week. You know, like 1 week it would just be me, another week it would be Diego, another week Johnny, and then the system repeats.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were doing that in the background while planning Mexico, and while dealing with all the bulk order.
Yeah. And we also withheld from talking about Mexico. Like, I remember that was something I was trying to, like, let's not talk about it. Like, we'll do it only background. Like, no one knew what we were doing except for, like, 1 or 2 other people who were, like, going to try to help plan it. But up until, like, I think, I don't know, we posted one story, like, a month or 2 into planning it, and that was when we were trying to find people, or, like, a month in, I think. Yeah. Which is when we realized we probably did it too late because we were like, fuck, no one's signing up. So then we were like worried that no one was going to come and that we weren't going to be able to find any people. Yeah.
Thoughts on like turning off your camera and just like using my camera in the middle?
I can also just plug it in.
I mean, but it won't record.
Yeah, it will.
It will?
Yeah, it just charges while it's recording.
I'll do it.
If you want to do a pot, but it's also like really long. Like it's an hour and a half. We should probably just cut it off.
Yeah, but like I just want it to be charged long enough to finish Mexico.
How much more of Mexico?
We haven't even gotten into like the second day yet.
Oh, you want to talk? I don't really think we should talk about specifically what happened.
You know what? You don't think so?
No, I think more the problem, like the overall. I think we just kind of leave it at, oh, this was a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like let's wrap it up in the next 5 minutes.
All right.
Yeah. But anyways, so it was sucked and it was really hard. A lot of planning. But that was basically Mexico. I mean, not to get into too much detail about each day. I mean, you can watch the vlog, and I will post part 2. So if you're watching this, part 2 is probably, hopefully, already up. I hope. Yeah. And that's what happened. I mean, that was basically the struggle leading up until, I think, like, the real first big step. Like, California was kind of that, but Mexico was, like,
It was a whole.
That was a jump into the deep end for us,
Yeah.
and we drowned. So we'll talk about how we survived later, but we did drown for a few months.
Yep. But yeah, that was basically all of 2024 and the beginning of 2025.
I mean, 2023 too.
Yeah, 2023.
2024.
Yeah, so it's basically where the brand is, where it's been since 2023, since its inception. I'm stuttering a lot, goddamn. That's how long we've been talking. But yeah, no, so now you guys know the issue, and we'll come back to you guys with part 2 where we talk about 2025 and the epic comeback. And also Mexico, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because it was a dip. It was a very deep dip. But we have recovered. And we are on the up and up.
Yep.
So get hyped. Get hyped for part 2.
As always, guys, with love from Merciae. Peace out. All right, see.
Cut.
That's pretty good.